Why is everyone talking about 5G these days? It's just a faster network, isn't it?
It is a faster network, but it's a faster network in a number of ways. Firstly, it's spectrum. One of the key aspects of 5G is it's been built from the ground up to have a much wider spectrum capability. So that obviously brings with it much higher speeds at certain frequencies, but also it allows for better performance at much narrower band capabilities for things like machine to machine. So spectrum is a fundamental part of that, but it also brings with it a better access technology, and that technology allows things that are narrow bands, like battery powered sensors, to last a lot longer through managing that access with very controlled protocols, which really brings a much wider capability to the technology than just faster broadband speeds.
Will 5G be used for other things than mobile phones?
So 5G is also built from the ground up to allow private and public networks to coexist. And what that means is industrial applications can have their own dedicated radio resources and provide private networks for industrial applications, which is really interesting from an applications perspective.
How can Speedcast help companies capture the value of 5G?
An example looking to the future could be where you have a very remote industrial environment, like a mine, for example, and a mine may invest in a service by an autonomous vehicle provider that's providing autonomous plant machinery for the operation of the mine. And in order to do that, that autonomous vehicle service provider will understand that they will need a very low latency radio technology to deliver that application well, and will probably look to something like 5G to do that, to give that low latency environment, which could be private spectrum in that scenario. And there you would have a radio network that would need backhaul. So Speedcast would naturally sit into a multi-bearer backhaul environment for that application to get the availability that service is likely to need, to allow the autonomous vehicle service provider to control that service and system at the edge of the network. And what that allows Speedcast to do is to then look at owning that infrastructure, providing that multi-bearer backhaul with a managed SLA terminating on our teleport infrastructure elsewhere, but also provide services like M2M services on the same radio network in different spectrum, using tailoring of the 5G protocols for penetrative access to sensors and the like that may be needed on a mine, and provide a managed service to a machine-to-machine network.
Can Speedcast future-proof solutions?
Speedcast are a truly multi-bearer backhaul managed service provider. What that means is that we provide a transport agnostic managed service over technologies such as geostationary satellites, medium Earth orbit satellites, soon, when available, low Earth orbit satellites, but also terrestrial backhaul as well. And some of those technologies have seen leaps and bounds in innovation over the past few years. That transport agnostic backhaul capability has led us down a path of a secure SD-WAN overlay on that transport agnostic service. And that SD-WAN service is becoming more and more virtualized, and it's virtualization where we see the opportunity to future-proof for our customers. Customers can bring virtual machines into the edge environment so that they can run their own applications. They can adapt those over time, and they can bring challenges to Speedcast to solve, which allows us to add value to that customer journey for the future.